What's up, guys? It's Gaz. Welcome to the Warframe video. So I just got off a 5-hour stream, and we're going to show the Nightwave tips and tricks video, as always. But make sure you check out the Twitch channel if you have not already, of course. We do a stream every Sunday, and we stream throughout the week as well. Not really a schedule, besides usually every Sunday. So yeah, keep an eye on that if you want to check it out. So let's get into these challenges. I'm also showing off Protea here a little bit. There will be a Protea video later in the week. I kind of want them to buff her a little bit, just to be honest. But yeah, there will be a Catch Moon video also tomorrow morning for the primary Catch Moon kit gun. So now that we got that out of the way, let's hop into these challenges. So we've actually got a couple big doozies this week, I guess I'd call them. So let's go over them in order from weeklies to elite weeklies. Also, I got my Umbra forma today because I guess I just no life all the challenges. Somebody told me they actually got the shadow or the shoulder plates already today. That's actually insane. That means they've killed lots of the glass boys who spawn the missions. All right, so first weekly is going to be find all caches in 3 sabotage missions. I'm going to recommend Cervantes on Earth. That's the one that we did. We used a high loot radar limbo build, 3 of them actually, and we knocked them out really fast. So I'm actually going to link the video to that loot hunter limbo build in the description. I do recommend it as a really, really good limbo build for looting stuff. It's definitely better than like Korra, or I guess Equinox technically could be a little bit better, but doing Equinox is a lot more inconvenient. The Korra can have more loot radar, and she's not bad, but Limbo actually has a bigger radius on his bubble, and it can just, he has enough loot radar, it doesn't even matter. All right, now we got that out of the way. Sorry, I went on a rant on that one. We got catch 6 rare fish in the plains of Eidolon. They say Mercury is going to be your best bet because they can be caught during the day or at night. Keep in mind, you are going to want some bait for this one. Complete 3 Railjack missions. Just do the first mission on Earth. Posit Cluster, I think it's called. I'll never remember the actual name. Complete 3 capture missions. Pretty straightforward there. Kill 500 enemies. Very straightforward there as well. Do keep in mind, killing enemies in Railjack does count as killing enemies, so that will actually work out for you. Then we've got our first Elite Weekly. Kill or capture the Eidolon Hydralist. The Hydralist is the third one. So you have to get to him, you need to capture the first one, you need to capture the second one, the Gauntlist, and then you need that will get you to the third boss. If you just go there at the beginning of the night on Cetus, you'll have about 55 minutes, I think it is, to kill or capture the third guy. And we'll show a quick unoptimized run of 3 players just like trying to get it done with. Like, we weren't like min-maxing at all. And if you've never done this before, feel free to skip this. It's really not worth 7,000 Nightwave rep to like grind your butt off to get Eidolon ready just to do this. So, and then the other Elite Weekly is 3 sorties. You cannot complete this in one day, no matter what you do. So yeah, play the game 3 days in a week. Fight that Jackal, because it's the Jackal sortie week. So you're gonna have to fight the Jackal at level 100 like 3 times to get this challenge done. And that's it for the weeklies and Elite Weeklies. Like I said, you can just easily skip the Eidolon Hydralist one. Don't worry about it at all. You also technically can kill him if you want to. And there is no new cutscenes. Let's get into these credit offerings. We've actually got some nice helmets. Evergreen stuff at the top, as always. Just a weekly reminder that Nightane is a good credit to value ratio, and these catalysts are not really. So 75 75 Nightwave creds for about 20 plat, because these cost 20 plat each. You could easily trade for that 20 plat if you're into trading. Going over some of these helmets, and the ones that I like personally. You've got the Ember Phoenix helmet. I do enjoy that one. Titania Mob helmet. Pretty happy about that one. Although I do like Titania Prime more. Mirage Harlequin helmet. I actually use this over 10-0 on some of my Mirage looks. But Mirage Prime's base helmet is also pretty nice. We've got the Ivara Loxley helmet. Good for Robin Hood fashion frame. Gara Virago helmet. Good if you don't have 10-0. Really nice helmet there. We've also got the... I do not like this helmet for Ember at all. This one's always grossed me out for some reason. Don't like that one, the backdraft. We've got the Hildren Asuran helmet. I love this one because it has like hair braids on the back. Really nice one. If you'd like to play Hildren, because Hildren is pretty good, I definitely recommend getting that helmet. And then as well, we have Inaros Anubis. This is the best helmet for Inaros in my opinion, so I highly recommend that one. You can also look like Lucario from Pokemon if you get the right color combination. As far as Aura mods this week, we have EMP Aura, Physique, Pistol Scavenger, and Speed Holster. I'd say none of these are worth buying. Maybe Speed Holster. I have used Speed Holster in the past, and it can be pretty nice for if you're really sweating hard, try harding. in some missions, but I would say for the vast majority of people, don't even bother, don't even consider it really, but it can be fun. For other skins, we have some pretty generic skins here. Plink's Shock camo skin, maybe I'll like that one. Marlock Desert camo skin. Heck Desert camo skin, maybe I'll get that one. For Mastery Fodder, we got the Pangolin Sword blueprint, the Jaw Sword blueprint, and the Dark Sword blueprint. Jaw Sword is my go-to stat stick on Korra. I know that the Zorus, whatever it's called, has infinite combo duration, but you actually be getting less damage if you are using the Zorus versus something like the Jaw Sword involving Rivens, because the Zorus has bottom tier Riven disposition, while things like the Pangolin Sword, the Jaw Sword, and probably even the Dark Sword have high Riven disposition. Not to mention the Jaw Sword also has an augment mod for additional damage. So, yep, that's it about that one. And then we have the 3 augment mods this week: Skull Shot for the Viper, infinite ammo on headshot. Deceptive Bond for Loki, your decoy takes damage in your place, pretty troll. And Singularity for Nyx. Keep in mind, you cannot run this with a Stimulate at the same time, so you'll be stuck in place with Nyx's 4, and you cannot shoot people while in this 4th ability. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into a little bit more of an in-depth explanation on some of these. So, first off, like I said, with the Elite Weekly Sortie one, you have to, it's 3 days. Like, there's no way to cheese it. You can't, like, run a sortie with your friend and have it count as 2. It's just 3 days of sorties. Got to complete all 3 of them. Sorties are unlocked after you complete the War Within, so keep that one in mind. You can actually put public matchmaking on for sorties if you didn't know this already. You probably already knew this, and you can actually just squad up. If it's like a spy or something, try to avoid the spy vault if you suck at spy missions, and let somebody else do it. That's actually, when I used to play on a laptop and my computer couldn't handle Grineer spy hacking, I would just sit outside the vault and just be like, yo, I can't, like, my laptop is actual garbage. Can you handle this for me? And some people would actually be really mean and say no, and just be like, and just immediately leave. But there's plenty of people that don't mind helping you out if you've never done, or if your computer, or like you're just bad at hacking or whatever. So don't feel bad if you just have to just chill and pretend like you're helping when you're not. Find all caches and 3 sabotage missions. All right, so like I said, Cervantes on Earth. This is a double speed run. I'm gonna link the Limbo build in the description. Basically, just really high range, really high casting speed, and you don't care about duration at all. You're just there to blow up your Cataclysm bubble. It will break all the loot on the loot radar, and you can. The thing about these sabotage caches is they're actually marked on the loot radar. So try to absorb everything up, and if you absorb the loot up and it's not like an Ayatan sculpture or something, that means it was a sabotage cache. You can also hear a humming noise. Turn the sound effects of the game up and the music down if you want to, and it will help you even more by hearing where the caches are if you get really close to them. So. Having multiple people will help you, but this is definitely soloable, especially with Limbo. I mean, I've done this solo plenty of times, so we already found one in one of those corners. Basically, just like keep an eye on your map. You can even open the big map by pushing the M button on PC at default. And yeah, I do find Earth to be one of the easier ones, but a lot of people do like the Void as well. And if you're trying to farm for Shell Shock or High Voltage, you can do Naglar on Eris, which is the infested sabotage that actually does count for this challenge. When Nightwave first came out, it did not count that week, but they actually changed it eventually, so you can do the Hive sabotage to get this challenge done. All right, so that will be in the description. Just, I mean, there's one in the water. I almost missed that one. I looked and did double take. All right, so moving on past that, they're like the white humming caches. You'll find them. 6 rare fish in the plains of Eidolon. Like I said, Mercray is going to be your best bet on the sides of the map. They're like spawning in the big bodies of water on the sides of the map, not in the middle of the lake. If you're trying to catch Norgs, those are in the middle of the lake, only at night. So you're also going to want bait. So get some bait from Kanzu, or whoever, the Fisher, Hyluck, whatever her name is. And then also another useful item is this luminous dye, the blue stuff you throw into the water. Hey, that fishing spear actually did damage to that guy. That's pretty funny. You throw that into the water, it makes the fish actually blue, and you can see them really easily. So there you go. There's a Mercray, and I caught him. I was almost done at that point. That Mercray totally juked me, and we actually were I was trying to catch that Mercray for a while. He was okay. I eventually caught him, but I did have to ask for a dash wire arrow from Ivara. So yeah, the best 2 fishermen in the game are Ivara and Volt. Volt's, especially for Plains of Eidolon fishing, Volt's passive, where he built up an electric charge on his weapons when he attacks. That actually counts in the fishing spear, so you can one-shot the fish with Volt using any spear. If you're playing Ivara, like, yeah, you have the dash wire, and that's really nice for getting convenient angles, like as you can see right there. But you are actually going to probably want to switch your fishing spear so you can one-shot the fish with Ivara. Moving on, 3 Railjack missions. Like I said, just do the first one. It's pretty easy, especially if you have Tether or Seeker Volley. You can also have someone man the Mega Cannon on the ship to blow up the cruise ships. One direct hit should one-shot it. Don't worry about it too much. And if you absolutely despise Railjack, don't feel like you need to do this. Trust me, this Nightwave is going to be here for a long time. If you see a challenge that annoys you, just skip it, honestly. Like, if you don't want to do the Eidolon one, don't want to do the Railjack ones, just skip it. It's totally fine. You're going to be here for a while. Complete 3 capture missions. I don't think that I can really give you much better advice besides, if you really need to, just do the low-level one. If you want to get a little bit more bang for your buck time-wise, do Ukko on the Void. That's going to give you a guaranteed Void Relic by completing it, and you can actually get some unvaulted relics currently from Nova Prime and Trinity Prime. So that can be pretty nice for getting a nice amount of reward for your capture mission completions. Take about like 40 seconds per relic. Kill 500 enemies. I mean, you'll probably get these done while you're doing these other ones. Like, if you're using the Limbo Catabomb strategy for the Sabotage missions, you'll probably get 500 kills. Maybe you'll get less than 500 kills, but you'll get a bunch of kills while doing that. So, yeah, keep that one in mind. Also, like I said, fighters do count in the Railjack missions for this. And then for the Eidolon Hydralist, I'm going to show you a super unoptimized run of the final Eidolon boss here. So make sure you get those seeds. So the way you capture these guys, you need to go find those lures out in the wild on the plains of Eidolon during night. They don't appear during the day. And you're actually going to want to kill the Vomalus guys, like the little mini sentients flying around. You want to kill them near the lure. If you kill enough of them near the lures that will follow you around after you hack them and blow them up, it will actually make the lure go from yellow to blue. And when it's blue, that means it's charged. And when it's charged, that means the Eidolon won't be able to run away after you shoot his limb. So the way you drop your Eidolon shield, the purple shield is breakable by void damage from your operator's amp. So for me, I'm using the tier 7 Prism and Scaffold. I don't remember the names, like Clamora and Propa. Clamora, Propa, and Certus. And that was actually working out really well. It's the first time I've ever used this on the Eidolon before. And the Prism was working really well. I was actually just trying to focus more on healing the lures with Trinity. I know there's a lot of frames you can use for this, but the frames we used, I think it was a Volt, a Harrow, and a Trinity. So that was working out pretty well. So yeah, break the shield with the void damage, and then shoot the Eidolon with a crit radiation build, and that will deal the most damage because they have a armor type that's bad against radiation. So yeah, that's my Vectis Prime has Prime Chamber and radiation on it, which is heat and electric together. But if you need me to tell you what heat and electric together makes radiation, you're probably not going to want to do this challenge. Just say, like, it requires a lot of stuff. I haven't done this in a while, so it was a pretty rusty run. But yeah, you technically can get Arcane Energize from this, that delicious 20 plat. And yeah, Trinity will be healing the lures with her 4th ability. She'll also be healing her teammates, giving them damage reduction. And I'm also using my amp to break his shield, firing at him with Prime Chamber. And yeah, some really good focus schools to use this for this are Madurai, which is the one that lets you hide in the void. And the longer you're hiding in the void, the more damage your abilities will, or your amp will deal once you leave the void. So, for example, I'm going to go into the operator and hold down the crouch button, and then I just start charging up. Additionally, if you don't want to use Void Strike, you can actually use Unairu Wisp, which is one of the only uses for Unairu besides a couple gimmicky things. And then, by the way, the Eidolon screams every time you break his limb and does like a magnetic wave of death. So Arcane Nullifier, really good here. Harrow's 4th ability, Covenant, going to make you invincible, give you red crits. So that's also really good. And there you go. He just like instantly got destroyed as soon as we were able to shoot him, because you can get red crits from Harrow's ability. I also got a Hydralist glyph, or what is it, Hydralist sigil from this. I did not have that. Shows how long it's been since I did a Hydralist fight. And this is where you get Riven Transmuters, which lets you convert 4 Rivens you don't want into 1 new Riven that is going to be random. And there you go. So that is going to, like, there's definitely Eidolon guides out there you can watch if you want like every little thing described to you. But like I said, feel free to completely just skip this one if you don't want to do it. It's a lot of work for 7k rep, and if you've never done it before, it's going to be quite a shock, most likely. So there you go. That's the Nightwave tips and tricks for you this week. I'm going to go ahead and start recording that Catch Moon video immediately after this, so I will see you tomorrow morning. Expect that in about 12 hours from the release of this video. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Make sure to check out the Twitch channel, and be safe out there. Peace.